Dr. Emma Taylor was a pioneer in psychology. She was brilliant, driven, and some would say reckless. Her obsession? The human mind's breaking point. She was particularly interested in the effects of isolation. Emma believed that prolonged solitude could unlock hidden potential in the brain, or it could unleash something far more sinister. She was determined to find out. Emma's colleagues saw her as eccentric, even dangerous. Her methods were unorthodox, her theories radical. But Emma was undeterred. She was convinced that her research would change the world, even if it meant pushing the boundaries of ethics and morality. Emma's most ambitious project was the isolation experiment. The hypothesis was simple yet terrifying. Could a human mind withstand complete sensory deprivation for 30 days? She designed an experiment to test her theory. One subject, 30 days, total isolation. The experiment was controversial from the start. Many questioned its ethical implications, but Emma argued that the potential benefits outweighed the risks. She believed that understanding the effects of isolation could lead to breakthroughs in treating mental illness and trauma. She was determined to see her vision through, no matter the cost. The centerpiece of Emma's experiment was the isolation tank. It was a steel coffin designed to completely shut off all external stimuli. The tank was filled with a saline solution, heated to body temperature. The subject was in the beginning, her entries were clinical, detached. She noted her observations in detail, analyzing her own mental state with scientific precision. As the days turned into nights, a change began to creep into Emma's writing. Her entries became more personal, more introspective. She wrote about her childhood, her fears, her dreams. The isolation was starting to take its toll. The line between reality and delusion was blurring. Days 11 to 20. The walls close in. The journal entries became increasingly erratic. Emma's handwriting grew frantic, the words sometimes illegible. She described vivid hallucinations, feeling unseen presences in the tank with her. Her fear was palpable, bleeding into her writing. She spoke of a growing paranoia, a sense of being watched by something ancient and malevolent. She wrote of whispers in the darkness, cold touches on her skin. Her entries became increasingly desperate, pleading for the experiment to end. But there was no answer, only the echoing silence of the tank. Days 21 to 29. A fractured mind. The final entries were deeply disturbing. The writing was chaotic, fragmented. Coherent sentences gave way to frantic scribbles rambling about shadows and whispers. Emma's grip on reality seemed to have completely shattered. The last decipherable entry simply read, "It is here, it is with me." The words were smeared as if written in haste, in terror, then silence. For 9 days, the journal remained empty. The monitoring equipment showed no signs of life from within the tank. Day 30. The silence is broken. On the 30th day, the research team made a chilling discovery. The silence that had hung heavy over the lab was shattered by a blood-curdling scream from inside the tank. They rushed to open it, fearing the worst. Inside, they found the tank's interior spattered with blood. Emma was gone. The only trace of her was a single blood-stained handprint on the inside of the tank door, reaching out as if in a desperate plea for help. The entity, a malevolent force unleashed. The investigation into Emma's disappearance yielded no answers. Some whispered that the isolation had driven her to madness, leading to a psychotic break. Others believed a more sinister force was at play. They theorized that the experiment had ripped open a doorway to another dimension, unleashing something evil into the world. The truth, however, remained elusive. The only evidence was the blood-chilling journal entries, a testament to the horrors that Emma had faced in her final days. The entries hinted at a malevolent entity, something that thrived in darkness and silence, something that had been drawn to Emma's isolation like a moth to a flame. The aftermath. a legacy of terror. The isolation experiment was immediately shut down. The lab was sealed off, deemed too dangerous to enter. The legend of Dr. Emma Taylor and the isolation tank became a chilling cautionary tale in the annals of science, a reminder of the unseen horrors that lurk in the shadows of the human psyche. Some say that Emma's voice can still be heard echoing from the depths of the abandoned lab, a faint whisper in the darkness, a chilling reminder of the experiment that went horribly wrong and the malevolent force that was unleashed, a force that some believe still lingers in the shadows, waiting for its next victim.